Cypress Fairbanks Independent School District presents PBIS 101, Building a Strong Foundation for Positive Behavior Interventions and Support, Part 1 of 2. Today we will discuss what is PBIS, the key components of PBIS, some foundational systems, and finish with TFI or Tiered Fidelity Inventory. PBIS stands for Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports. PBIS is a framework using evidence-based prevention and intervention practices. These supports focus on proactive skill teaching to reduce discipline. PBIS focuses on systems or how things are done. The focus should be team-based problem solving, always considering long-term sustainability. PBIS focuses on data, how decisions are made. Decisions should be made based on analyzing many types of data. Lastly, PBIS focuses on practices, or how the staff interacts with students. This should be done through direct teaching of expectations along with positive reinforcements. Many of you may have some preconceived thoughts about PBIS, so I thought I would run through the top 10 myths. Number 1. PBIS rewards students for what they're already supposed to be doing. Number 2, the positive in PBIS just means handing out treats and other goodies when kids behave. Number 3, PBIS means that schools have abandoned discipline. Teachers aren't allowed to punish behavior. Number 4, PBIS doesn't work on secondary campuses. Number 5, rewards are just bribery. Number 6, once you stop rewarding a specific behavior, students stop doing that particular behavior. Number 7, PBIS is just a program that we'll try for a while and then move on to something else. Number 8, PBIS will add more responsibilities to my daily schedule. Number 9, there's only one way to implement PBIS. And number 10, setting up a store for rewards is expensive and time-consuming. Remember, these are all just myths, not true statements. As we go through PBIS 101, 201, and 301, we'll be able to dispel these myths. Tier 1 systems, data, and practices support everyone, students, educators, and staff across all school settings. They establish a foundation for positive and proactive support. Tier 1 support is robust, differentiated, and enables most, around 80% or more, of the students to experience success. The core principles guiding Tier 1 include the understanding that we can and should effectively teach social skills to all students, intervene early before unwanted behaviors escalate, use research-based, scientifically validated interventions whenever possible, monitor student progress, and use data to make decisions. The yellow zone provides more structured interventions for students who haven't responded to Tier 1 interventions, typically about 15% of students. The red zone provides intensive interventions for students who haven't responded to Tier 2 interventions, typically about 5% of the students. Now that you have a better understanding of PBIS, let's review some key components of PBIS. It all starts with a school-wide team engaging in shared decision-making. This team is called your PBIS Leadership Team and is comprised of staff representing all areas of the school. Your PBIS Leadership Team is responsible for regular examination of data and includes an evaluation of the progress of PBIS on your campus. Your PBIS Leadership Team will collaborate with staff to implement well-defined expectations and rules for your students. These expectations are consolidated and communicated through your campus matrices. It's the responsibility of your school administration and your PBIS leadership team to help teachers learn and know how to consistently teach the matrices, as well as reinforce appropriate behaviors. Now that you have a broad overview of the PBIS leadership team, let's take a closer look at its foundational systems. An effective PBIS initiative needs a team of individuals who represent the various groups in your building. Depending on your school's makeup, this team should include an administrator, usually an assistant principal. However, I do want to say that PBIS is a teacher run initiative, so the administrator on the team is there for decision making only. Other members should include a teacher representative, one from each grade level, department representatives if you're on a secondary campus, behavioral expertise such as a counselor or behavior coach, parent representatives when possible, and student representatives if you are in a high school. The individuals you recruit for your PBIS team will help drive the initiative forward and make adjustments along the way. It's crucial to have buy-in from everyone on your team. Your PBIS leadership team will establish a school-wide matrix for all areas of the school, review and communicate data findings, adjust expectations when challenges arrive, and promote teaching PBIS to students and staff. Subcommittees serve within the PBIS leadership team. These subcommittees are comprised of teachers to help divide the work that needs to be completed on a regular basis. Suggested subcommittees include data, lesson plans, staff incentives, student incentives, and communications. Data is an integral part of PBIS, woven throughout every practice and system across every tier. School teams use data to make decisions about student challenges. Most schools implementing PBIS focus on outcomes such as discipline referrals, suspension, school climate, attendance, and academic performance. Reviewing data helps schools identify which students could benefit from additional supports. Our last topic in this presentation is TFI. The Tiered Fidelity Inventory provides a valid, reliable, and efficient measure of the extent to which staff members are applying the core practices of PBIS. In other words, are you doing what the PBIS leadership team said you would do? This evaluation is conducted at the end of each school year and is an opportunity for each campus to reflect on their performance that year. To summarize, PBIS is a framework using evidence-based prevention and intervention. PBIS focuses on systems and data. The classroom teacher is asked to focus on Tier 1 interventions, which cover approximately 80% of your students. We discussed the key components of the PBIS leadership team. They're responsible for shared decision-making, examination and communication of data, evaluation of campus PBIS progress, and helping to define behavior expectations. Regarding foundational systems, we discussed who should be on the PBIS leadership team, what their responsibilities are, the importance of subcommittees, and making database decisions. And I briefly touched base on TFI, mainly so you're aware that there is a tool with guidelines in which your school is held accountable for implementing PBIS. Be sure to continue on to Part 2 of PBIS 101, where we'll cover the core practices of PBIS. Thank you for taking time to view our professional development on demand.